Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. We're doing 3 weeks worth of comics. There's a lot. I have amazing comic books to show you and some complaints as well. So let's start right off with issue 54 of The Amazing Spider-Man. This is the end of the Green Goblin arc. And it's Zeb Wells is our writer. Ed McGuinness is our penciler. Mark Farmer, Mark Morales, Wade Van Grawbadger, and Ed McGuinness are our inkers. When last we left Peter Parker, he was still possessed by the goblin spirit, I guess. I don't know. This whole thing just sounds kinda, I'm glad it's over. They end it. The artwork is awesome to look at. It's really, really weird. And Rec Rap is fine. So that's all that mattered to me, is that Rec Rap was fine. So it's over. We get a couple more issues of Amazing Spider-Man by the Zeb Wells team, and then it goes on to a new writer, and it sounds awful. So we aren't going to get that one. Let's go on next to our one-shot Godzilla Rivals. They're all one-shots. Godzilla versus Manda, the Sea Serpent. Story, art, and lettering is by Jake Lawrence. Jake Lawrence did all of this stuff. It's some fishermen, and they are out being attacked by Manda, and Cyclops is helping him. And it's neat in that this artwork, let me show you if you get a little closer right there, it's just not your Godzilla artwork. It's very cartoony, which I thought was kind of cool. This is a great book. The artwork is awesome. Apparently next issue is Mechagodzilla again. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we got this one. We have another one-shot, Super Pet Special, Bite-Dentity Crisis. Get it? Instead of Identity Crisis. It's the issue you've all been waiting for. Get it? Get it? The puns don't get any less. Alright, so we have 5 stories. We have the Super Pets in Pup and Away, written by Tony Fleeks, art by Mike Norton. Jarro in Astaro is Born, written by Alex Quasarand, art by PJ Holden. Davian's Pets in Refuge, written by Michael W. Conrad, and art by Sameh Basri. Dexter in The Little Cat, written by Dan Waters, art by Christopher Mitten. It's funny that's about a cat and the guy's last name is Mitten. Who Woofs the Wolfman, written and art by Carl Starks. So yeah, it's fun. We get a new doggy to be part of the Legion of Super Pets, who actually has no superpowers whatsoever, just a good dog with 3 legs. So I liked that one a lot. That one got the most thing. The Starro one, Jarro, whatever. Jarro's supposed to be like Robin. It's like a baby Starro. I don't know. I did like that we got the bat cow, and there's a bat turkey, I guess, in one of them. That was kind of fun. There's the really weird one, though, with the artwork that's just, I don't know. Let's see. Well, I don't know. It was just a weird, it looked like something that J.M. DeMatteis and John Muth would put together. And Who Woofs the Wolfman is hilarious because it's just comic strip style. So this was a fun little one-shot. I like that a lot. Sonic the Hedgehog number 71. People are like, do you believe there's 71 issues? Yeah, the old Archie one came up to 250 issues, so I do believe it. Our story is by Evan Stanley, art by Min Ho Kim. And we found Belle last issue, which was nice. They're still having the rider thing, and Sonic is in disguise. Whisper shows up with Tangle. We find out the weird things going on with poor little Belle. Everybody is just, and then there's that the possum. What was the possum's name? I don't like the possum. He's creepy. Do they give him a name? Clutch. That makes sense. So, good book. Not a fan of the possum. There you go. Gargoyles Quest, issue 3. Last time I thought we were in the olden day times This is Greg Wiseman as our writer, Pasquale Qualano is our artist, and we're right back to future times. Gargoyle's fighting the bad guys, and Damona's still around, and it just felt like an episode, which was kind of nice. So, yep, it's like it took place right after the series, so it was a good time. Couldn't complain. Final issue number 4 of Gun Honey, Collision Course. Writer is Charles Ardai. Artist is Ang Hor Keng. And our girl is doing what she does best, getting guns to where they belong, sneaking into the Olympics, and being naked a lot. She does that a lot. So it's so pulpy. That's the best part about it, is how much pulp fiction we're working on here, and it looks like next time they're sending her to the Kremlin. So, Gun Honey is like, I think, the third or fourth, I want to say fourth little miniseries. They're very good. You should go get them all right now, after we're done talking. Oh, we're going to save that one because I have complaints. Doctor Strange, number 18. Where's our thingy that tells us who did what? Jed MacKay is our writer. Pascal Ferry is our artist, and Doctor Strange is no longer the Sorcerer Supreme. He lost that to Doctor Doom, of all things, and he's trying to find a way to fix it, and that is not going very well for him. So, yep, we'll see. But they wrapped it up like it was the end, and I don't know if this is over. It just says the end. I'm assuming they're canceling the book again, which would suck. This is a really good version of Doctor Strange, so canceling it would be a misstep on Marvel's part. What are you going to do, right? Blue Beetle 11, where it's actually getting to be more of a fun-filled comic book. Let me guess, is it all this stuff I want at the back? Oh, la la la. Here we are. Josh Trujillo is our writer. Adrian Gutierrez is our artist. And it's like they're wrapping up everything. Everything is being wrapped up. They've gotten rid of Ted Kord's sister for trying to murder the entire city. There's a praying mantis villain, which looks really cool. Reminded me of something you'd see in an episode of Kamen Rider. Blue Beetle's got his buddies and they fight. I still don't know who half these people are. I know a few of them, and this one alien girl kisses Jaime, which is really funny. And it's like, is this the end, or are they going to have more of it? I don't know. No one tells me anything. It was a good issue of Blue Beetle, though. Issue 4 of Hercules. Elliot Kalan is our writer. George Kambadis is our artist. And it's Ares is trying to start some stuff between humans and centaurs, so they become obsessed with the riddle, and they need to know the answer to the riddle. This was clever. The riddle is, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you the riddle, and then you can figure it out. I will not give you the answer because I'm evil. If next issue, or next episode for this, I'll tell you the answer. Carver of stone, revealer of bone, hold the end of your land. Oh wait, let me start over. Carver of stone, revealer of bone, hold the end of the land in the palm of your hand, teller of time, roughest of rhyme. So, there you go. You find out. It's a one-word answer, and I'm not telling you what it is. Still a fun book. It's just like being there for the old, the movies and whatnots. Here we are, Daredevil a dozen. It's 12, number 12 for Daredevil. And Saladin Ahmed is our writer. Aaron Cooter is our artist. We left Daredevil fighting Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. the Kingpin, but he is possessed by a monster, a demon. They've been doing this where his greatest hero and villains all get possessed by a single demon from hell that are back to try to get Matt Murdock back. This is really good, actually. I mean, look at this here. Hold on, let me get that where you can see it. You see that? Yeah. Big splash page. Always good time to have a splash page going on in your comic book. And oh yeah, I got a complaint here. So he's seeing his dad, and he says, "Where is it?" Oh, his father says, "Crikey, what a whiny load of crap." Crikey? Why would Matt Murdock's father say the word crikey? He would never say the word crikey. It's like, ugh, what did you do that for? It's still a good comic book. The crikey made me go, but I'll get over it. Birds of Prey number 12. Look at the cover. See the little chibi Birds of Prey? Oh yeah, that's happening in this comic book, just to let you know. Because they've been traveling through different dimensions. We are with Kelly Thompson as the writer, Javier Pina, Sophie Campbell, and Gavin Goudet are our artists. And they get to a new universe where they're all cartoon characters with cartoon logic. It's very cute. It's a good time. So, although anytime they want to be done hopping through time or dimensions, that would be great. It's like that. It's just, we get it. You did it. Now, stop it. I think they're going to change it after next issue. We'll find out. All right, what do we got here? That's not mine. Scooby-Doo Mysteries number 8. And they always do these a dozen at a time. So here's number 8, which is always in a very small type. Here we are. Written by Sholly Fish, drawn and colored by Eric Owen. And it's a museum of giant things, like a giant blender, giant typewriter. A lot of Batman stuff is there. And they think a giant came to take some of the things here. But we all know that can't be true. There's got to be something else going on. And it's a very good mystery. And they solve it. And they have this one fella who cracks me up, who runs the museum, who talks off on a tangent. His name is Ali Babel. And, yeah, every time he tells a story, it takes up a whole page. It's very funny. So this was a fun issue. It's always a fun issue. It's always a fun issue. All right. The new X-Men book I decided to pick. We're on issue 2. And it is written by Jed MacKay. Oh, that's probably why I like it. He did a really good job with Spider-Man. Inker is J.P. Mayer. Penciler is Ryan Stegman. Let's run down the tally of who is in this particular thing of the X-Men. Cyclops, Beast, Magneto, Psylocke, Kid Omega, Temper, Magic, and Juggernaut. I think it's hilarious that Juggernaut's in it. They invent a cannon on the Blackbird ship that shoots Juggernaut like he's a bullet at big things. The only one I don't know is Temper. I don't know Temper at all. I got this because it was Cyclops, Beast, and Magic. So it's an alien attack, but it might not be an alien attack. It could be something else. I just like that they made a giant gun that does nothing more than shoots Juggernaut at giant things. So this is a lot of fun. The artwork is pretty. Reminds me it's got a 90s feel without being too awful. The people at least look like people. They say funny things, which is nice. When Cyclops is backed up by Magic and Psylocke, and Magic asks if he's worried, he goes, "Worried? I have 2 wildly dangerous women with enormous swords looking out for me. When I was 13, I thought this was what heaven looked like." So, it's very funny. I'm glad I picked this one. I ain't reading that. Vengeance of the Moon Knight, number 8. This is a long episode, isn't it, kids? Hold on to your hats. We're not done yet. All right. With Jed MacKay as our writer, artist Devmalia Pramanik. If I did not say that right, I apologize. We all know that some of the people in the mission have become vampires. They were fighting vampires in the Blood Hunt thing. Moon Knight's back from the dead and is taking stuff over. I don't know how I feel about his costume. This is his new costume right there. You see that? I hope you can see that. I'm not a fan. People will be like, it'll grow on you. Yeah, what if it doesn't? So, anyways, he's very still much Mark Spector. He's very much Moon Knight. And he's being a better person, I think, which is funny. And, yep. So, hooray! Moon Knight's back. Because whoever that faker was. Blech. Ultraman X Avengers. I've been told that doesn't mean Ultraman versus the Avengers. Which is fine. Let me get our... here we are. Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom are our writers. Artist is Francesco Mana. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's Ultraman Avengers. And it's because they try to get rid of Galactus, yes, Galactus, by dimension sliding him. Unfortunately, Miles Morales, who's originally from another universe, the Ultimate Universe, and is now in the 616 universe, is susceptible to dimension sliding. So he pops up in the Ultraman universe because Galactus got slid into the universe where monsters go when the Earth Defense Squad shoots. Is it the Earth Defense Squad? I might be wrong. That might be Godzilla. And anyway, so Miles shows up there and there are no superheroes. And then the Avengers have to show up. And our Avengers lineup is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Wasp, Iron Man, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Captain Marvel are our team. And it's off to a fun start. It's got the big monsters and stuff like that. Everyone seems to be getting along. We haven't had Ultraman have to smack any Avengers around as of yet. I mean, there's always hope, but this was fun. It's a miniseries, so here's some sadness for you. This is Sensational She-Hulk number 10. This is the last issue. They canceled it. Rainbow Rowell is our artist. Nope, she's our writer. Andres Genolet is our artist. And it's just She-Hulk. Is she going to be an Avenger? Is she not going to be an Avenger? Is she going to be a lawyer? Is she not going to be a lawyer? The artwork is awesome. She helps Carcass and Ransack from the Eternals get an apartment in her building. She has to go to the meeting with them. It's very... it's just wrapping things up is what it's doing. But it left it wide open for us, and everybody's happy, and she's still Jennifer. So I'm sad that they canceled it. Oh, let's save that one. Let's see, what's this? Excuse me. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 23. Did I read this? I did read it. Okay. Whew. I'm like, wait, did I read this? Yes, I did read this. So Blood Hunt is over. Hooray. Spider-Man has still got people to fight with the unfortunate name of called Zip Zephyr. So I'm assuming he's a god of some kind. He looks Greek or Roman pantheon, if you ask me. It's the little weirdo things on the head. See, here's a nice big picture of him fighting Zip Zephyr. Zip Zephyr. You know, you ask for supervillains with some good names. Why can't you bring back the classics? You know, Doc Ock, the Rhino, Zip Zephyr. So, yep. I always like Miles. Artwork is good. We might have a backup thing now with the OG Vulture because we had another Vulture anyways. All right. Absolute Power tie-in of Green Lantern number 14. This is the second issue of Green Lantern that they have ruined for me. Our writer is the tiniest print ever, Jeremy Adams. Penciler is Fernando Pasarin. Inker is DeClaire Albert. And Hal Jordan's in prison. This actually, for a tie-in book, it doesn't really do much with the tie-in. It's funny because he doesn't have his ring, and his ring works differently than a regular Green Lantern ring, an Owen Green Lantern ring. And he's in this armory where Amanda Waller has put all of these weapons. and he's trying to find his ring while being forced to use weapons that he is not used to. Like the Toyman's explosive tops, although he liked those. He has forced to use the Condiment King's guns, so people get spicy mustard in their eyes. Blue Devil's trident shows up. He uses a magic wand that teleports him. There's things going on in here that are from different comic books that I don't know what's going on, which is, fair enough. And I don't know why Superman's wearing a black costume. So there you go. And Wonder Woman's armor looks weird. Batman looks fine, because I don't think Batman would change his costume even if you told him to. There's a backup thing called the Shadow Lanterns. Really, bleh. So hopefully Absolute Power is almost over, and they'll put this back on track. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 55. I know, we're doing 2 of them. Remember the Green Goblin thing is over. Zeb Wells is our writer. Emilio Laiso is our guest artist. By the way, Emilio, if no one else tells you, you did a great job. This is just classic Spider-Man. Look at that. Look at that classic Spider-Man pose. There it is. Just classic Spider-Man. And the interesting part is at the beginning is Spider-Man doing his thing, and then he's going to go on a date. And he's Spider-Man. Dates don't go well for Spider-Man. What if you're, 1 minute you're talking to your date, and then the next minute there's 2 people outside fighting, and one of them is the Rhino, and the other one's I don't know. And that's a dog. If you hadn't wondered, we do have 3 of them. I'm pretty sure that was Flora. So maybe here in a minute we'll have Flora come say hi. Or maybe that was Flower. Yes, our dogs are named Flora and Flower. We did not name Flora. She's a rescue. Anyway, the interesting part about this is Peter decides to do the one thing that the Rhino and the other person whose name I don't know, he goes up to them as Peter Parker and says, "You don't know me, but I'm on a date and you're ruining it. You need to stop." Very, very original take on a Spider-Man book. There's not a lot of Spider-Man in it, but it's still a good book. There's a lot of Peter Parker in it. All right, let's see. Let's do the first complaint first. This is Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, Book 2, Son of Giants. I have said this before. I will say it again. The time frame that they are using here for your written by Frank Thierry, artwork by Inaki Miranda. Not Miranda. Would be when Thomas Jefferson was president. And there's a kaiju club, of all things. And they all wear masks like Godzilla and stuff like that. Thomas Jefferson's part of it. Here is my problem. Here is my incredibly huge, giant problem. That's Megalon. There's not enough pollution in the time frame that this is written for Megalon to exist, let alone thrive. To make it worse, at the beginning, they give us a flashback thing with the crazy artwork. Here, I'll put that up for you. The crazy artwork. Trying to tell us that Hedorah, have I been saying Megalon, by the way? If I have, I apologize. Hedorah, it still hurts to say it. Hedorah is Grendel from the Beowulf saga. Huge fan of Beowulf over here. Have read the original and the breakdowns of it and studied it and things like that. You know what Hedorah is not? Hedorah is not frickin' Grendel. This book just, it's like, oh, we'll do whatever we want. We'll stop it. Because I'm a big fan of the Hedorah monster and the concept behind Hedorah, and it doesn't work. You're forcing it to work, and making Hedorah Grendel is even worse than making Hedorah be here in the first place. Blech, I say. So, I don't think they're going to shape up anytime soon. So the book's kind of just ticking me off, and this is issue 2. I think they do 4-issue arcs, so we got 2 more issues. I don't see that they would fix their mistake because they don't think they're making one. Fair enough? All right, last one. I haven't read it yet because, as you can see, it is polybagged. This is the new Werewolf by Night Red Band. Red Band is referring to the Red Band trailers that they'll show at the movie theater. A red band trailer is simply the background of the trailer opener card is red, telling you there's going to be excessive language violence. Rarely do they do nudity on a red band trailer. So Marvel came up with this great idea, yeah, I'll bet, that they should make a red band book and polybag it. This is completely freaking sealed. So, you know there's going to be the nerds out there in the world who, I'm a nerd too, it's fine. I'm not name calling, I'm just stating a fact. That won't open this. That will buy 2 of them. And I'm not really here to collect. Once in a while you get something that you like that you end up being a collector's item. It's not your fault. Like a good example would be that issue of Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League. That was a resealable polybag, by the way, Marvel. That when you opened it, it roared like Godzilla. Just an awesome concept for a comic book. I was so happy to get that. I was looking to see if I had any scissors, but I think we're going to be a little more malicious. So, as my lovely wife pointed out, you're not here to collect these things. You're here to read them. So, there's a gasp in the crowd. Is this even easy to open? Hold on. Well, they tucked it like... Okay, hold on. There. Okay. Let's get... So I haven't read it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little something fun. I'm going to flip through it real quick. I'm going to see what they consider to be a red band. And show it to you so you don't have to open your comic book. Isn't that nice? Actually, I don't know that I should probably show it if it's that violent. We'll find out. Okay, because I love Werewolf by Night. It took me forever to figure out that the fact that his name is Jack Russell was supposed to be funny. Because that's me. All right. Oh, here, look at the pretty color. It does still state that it's a red band up here. I think this is a terrible idea. All right, let's see. Jack Russell's father was an occultist. He wasn't. All right, writer Jason Liu. Penciler Sergio Davila. Inkers Jay Layston, J.P. Mayer, and Craig Young. And that's weird looking. Does anybody else think that looks weird? Does that look weird to you? The lettering or whatever? It looks like it's supposed to be 3D or something? I don't know. So I'll have to read it later. Okay, I see a tentacle monster with an eyeball. Oh, this is the big burly Jack Russell where he's a giant, savage-looking man with a beard and long hair. You know, in other words, stupid. He kills a giant octopus and there's a blood spray. There's people on a boat. That's something about that. He's a werewolf again. He's running around. There are some dead people with gore. So I see some dead people with gore. Some guy named Deathwatch. Cool costume. I don't know who you are. And another thing with gore where he crashes a guy's face. Oh, Lord, it's the Hood. Well, that right there should be the red band trailer. You put the Hood in the comic book, you know what I'm saying? All right, shot those guys in the head. Their heads explode with gore. Oh, there's Elsa Bloodstone. There's a guy named... Wait, what did they say his name was? Dr. Necromantic? And all the C's are replaced with the letter K? Oh, okay. And he turns into the werewolf with Elsa there. She don't want to hear none of his nonsense. Apparently she shoots him. And the Hood's taking over some kingdom. So I don't know. I don't understand why they put a red band on this. Is it just for the gore? I'm going to actually read it. I'm just going to flip through it, but not in front of you. So, yeah, that's awful. All right. Well, I know there's a lot of comic books. I think we should still sort them by superhero, non-superhero. Let's do that. See how we did for 3 weeks worth of comic books. Spider-Man, is he a superhero? Oh, I think he is. Okay. Let's see. He's a superhero. I'm counting the Ultraman one because the Avengers are there. All right. Now, I'm not reading you, so you're going over there. All right. That's a superhero. That's a superhero. I don't read that one. That's a superhero. I don't think that's a superhero. Would you count Hercules as a superhero? I'm going to not make him a superhero. Alright, Blue Beetle's a superhero. Doctor Strange. I can't believe they canceled Doctor Strange. Can you believe that? Ugh. Of course, you know the saying, if you want your book to get canceled, make sure Douglas Waltz buys it. That's your dead giveaway. Sonic's not really a superhero. They're superheroes. He's not a super. Okay, so here's our hero books for 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, that's 14. Non. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Half as many. So that's still a lot of comic book for 3 weeks. Look at this stack. Look at that thing. So, yes, I had a few complaints. The Hedora thing is still making me more than a little furious. So you can comment on that if you want. Agree to disagree, what have you. And like I always tell you, you can get comic books pretty much anywhere. You can read them on your phone. You can go to the library and read them for free. You can go to the local comic book store. They're online. There's a million different places. And as you saw, yeah, there's a lot of superhero books out there, but half of the books in there, well, a third of the books in there, would be considered not a superhero comic. I mean, there's Godzilla's in there, Sonic the Hedgehog, stuff like that. Just stuff that is not superhero comic books. So let's see if I can do this without breaking my wrist. Hold on a minute. Alright, so get out there, read a comic book. Here we go. Go read a comic book. I'll see you next time. Unless it's another 3-week thing, then I'll see you next month. We'll see. Alright, goodbye.